So the people in the Cabar Valley, when they're using these
special
bamboo
method,
groves, as when they're using the bamboo groves
tarps over it, or
for their
just
cyclical
chuck it on the
swidden,
ground,
they are cutting the bamboo, letting it dry, letting the leaves drop off, and then they're then burning all the stems, but not burning the leaves. And then they spread the charcoal. Spread the charcoal.
I'm going to close some other browsers.
And then just rake the bamboo leaves back over the top of the charcoal. So the bamboo leaf is being left as a mulch. So you have a combination of this char, and then it's covered in the leaves of the surround of the trees that drop their leaves, and also of the bamboo that dropped its leaves. So you have like an organic layer sitting on top of the char layer, which is on top of the mineral soil. And then they're planting their bananas, cassava, chili, peanuts, all those things that they put in their traditional gardens into that. And they're super healthy. Super healthy.
After it sits for a period of time, or is it like direct? No?
Straight away. I mean, it basically goes like you go out, you cut the forest, then you let it dry for a month or so, and this is all depending on weather. And then you'll go in and you do your burning, and you reduce everything down to a nice clean garden. And like I said, in the best cases, this is where you separate your different types of organic matter, like burning the hard, tricky stuff, like palm fronds and like large logs and bamboo, burning all that to charcoal and ash, but retaining all the leaves and the good stuff. Yeah. And then they just wait for the rain to come so the soil is moist, and then they get out there straight away planting. And they plant everything at once. So you've got things like corn and chili and peanuts, but you're also planting bananas and taro and cassava and all these sort of longer term crops. They pretty much only go up to banana. So they'll garden these areas for 1 or 2 years, and then the forest just takes them back and the bamboo regrows, and they'll move on to the next area.
And is it a must that you do the burning, or there's another way that you can use instead of burning?
Well, I think if you had the technology and the to chip it, to shred bamboo, to chop it up, it makes a really, really good mulch. I've used bamboo mulch unburnt, as a surface mulch, and it's absolutely fantastic. But you just, it being high in silica, you need extra hard teeth and high quality machines.
Yeah, we've tried to do some with the chipper, and we dulled the thing so quickly. And you always get the opportunity to try it, and afterwards you're like, okay, well, maybe there's a different way.
Yeah, I think that's why they're just, like the people up in the mountains, they don't have access to any technology.
Technology,
simple. They've got a machete. That's about it. And so fire is just such a useful. When it's harnessed in the right way, fire is such a useful tool. And bamboo's made for it. I mean, if you've set fire to bamboo, that when it burns, it burns very quickly, and it just turns to charcoal so quickly.
Yep.
And the quality of that charcoal is excellent, because it doesn't have a high amount of ash. And so, like, I think even in Japan, where they're putting, they can put biochar onto tea plantations, and it doesn't change the soil pH. Because it doesn't have a lot of ash, so it has what they call a low calcium carbonate equivalent. So the liming effect is very low, because tea likes acid soils. So if you're worried about changing the pH of your soil, then bamboo biochar is much better than, say, a lot of wood biochars, which often contain a lot of ash, and they're very highly alkaline.
Okay. And is that like when you have a wood biochar, is that like you get a lot of ash when it cooks too long? Is it that not the state? That's pretty fine. It hasn't been quenched. It hasn't been quenched or activated at the proper time, where you let it go on too long, because you can lose a whole entire batch just by not paying attention. You turn your back, or you don't quench it properly, and you turn your back. You come back and you're like, oh, I've got nothing but ash and a little handful. I didn't realize the ash had was the component that adjusted the pH level within it. I guess it makes sense. It's like fly ash.
Yeah.
And,
If you were to break down
methane.
the content of ash, it would be like calcium and magnesium and potassium as carbonates, as oxides. That's basically the cluster of chemicals that are in there, and they're all high pH. The pH will rapidly drop after they become wet, because they will actually start to absorb CO2 from the atmosphere and start to neutralize. In the same way as if you have a bag of calcium hydroxide, and it's wet and it's exposed to the air, it will slowly turn back to limestone. So it'll lose its value as lime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing going on.
Little chemistry lesson.
Yeah, a little bit of chemistry.
I appreciate it.
So, Natalie, how are you going there? You're very still. Oh no, you're blinking. I can see. Did you? Did that answer your question about the like? I didn't answer the composting at all, because they don't compost. It's just mulching. So it's basically separating the two and then putting them back together with the leaves on top.
Natalie?